Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in to the 360 SOC cybersecurity video series. My name is Chris Ickelson. I'm the founder and CEO of 360 SOC. Today, we're going to talk a little bit further into SOAR. SOAR is a really hot topic. It's something that we've slowly been introducing to our video series. It's a topic that hits really close to home, both as a service provider and also as a user of SOAR. And it's something that I really do truly believe that customers, partners, the users, the people that see the value of security truly can see the value of SOAR for their business. So today we're going to talk a little bit about SOAR, and we're going to dive a little bit into it a little bit further. First, let's just recap what is SOAR. So SOAR is security, orchestration, automation, and response. Basically, what that means is SOAR is a platform. And with SOAR being a platform, the platform can do many things. One of the things that the platform does really well is it uses things like API, which we call connectors, and those connectors to do things like ingest. And one of those things beyond ingest that you might do might be things like enrich. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go through the video series. So we talk a little bit about the tech. The other things that we want to talk about and that we need to recap or introduce today on this video series are the use cases around SOAR. Whether you're an SMB, whether you're a medium-sized enterprise, or whether you're a global, large Fortune 500, Global 1000, there are use cases that SOAR can be leveraged in your business. The other things, and one of the things that I feel that organizations or businesses that are looking for SOAR or looking to build their own SOC or have a SOC, some of the things that I see that they struggle with any security technology is achieving some sort of quick ROI. And the quick ROI becomes important. And I believe truly, if you're working with us at 360 SOC, you're working with us, whether it's for us to build you a SOAR solution, or whether you're leveraging our MDR or our SOAR as a service, we do have some ways for you to be able to achieve quick ROI, whether that's using email use cases, whether that's through incident response, or whether that's enrichment with using things like threat intelligence. And we can talk about that as the series goes on. I want to pivot over here and I want to talk a little bit more about the use cases of SOAR. I want to talk a little bit about some of the use cases from an SMB standpoint. I want to talk about some of the use cases for the medium enterprise. And I want to talk about some of the use cases for the large enterprise. So let's go ahead and jump right into the SMB. Some of those SMB type use cases, keep in mind, SOAR works really well when you have 3+ technologies. Now, what can those technologies be? That could be something like a SIM, or it could be something like UEBA, it could be EDR, it could be your vulnerability management solution, something like a Qualys per se. 3 technologies. The reason why we feel 2 is not really enough are 2 still the human really can pivot and not see much value. But when you're getting into 3 technologies, 4 technologies, 5 technologies, 6 technologies, 7, 8, 9, 10, and beyond, this is where the platform of SOAR becomes really important, because now you can group it all together and you can combine it all together into one single pane of glass, something that SIM really tried to achieve but really never could. So some of those use cases that we can see being value in the SMB space are things like automated triage. We know that most SMB or businesses and most IT departments are working, tirelessly through the days and nights trying to do those tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 activities. With the power of SOAR, we can achieve a good amount of automation. We can automate response. We can do things like block or whitelist or scan. We can do all that. We can also use SOAR as a way from almost an alert ticketing type system or incident response solution for reporting those type of incidents. So that's really the use case for the SMB if they were just buying SOAR. Where I find the SMB to find the biggest value at SOAR though is really if they leverage an MDR. Somebody like a 360 SOC who is going to have the components like a SIM, a UEBA, going to bring all that to the table. And then you don't have to manage the SOAR. And we'll just we'll do all that functionality for you. You know, this is a zero reliance solution from a SMB type size customer. Let's talk a little bit about the medium enterprise. The medium enterprise customer, these customers already have an MDR, already have a SOC, BYO SOC, you know, they bring their own. They have, you know, EDR solutions. They have all these tech, you know, all this technology. These guys, SOAR immediately can bring value because SOAR can help automate or augment your current staff. And then do all the things that we're doing for the SMB with the MDR, or your MDR might not be doing. You can bridge that gap. That's where the medium enterprise really strives with SOAR. Where the enterprise, the global, the large enterprise, where they see value is they have lots of technology. And when they have lots of technology, that means that, you know, whoever is doing triage or is doing monitoring or is doing hunting, you know, threat hunting, whatever they're doing within that environment, they're having to look at all these different technologies, and that's where they start to struggle, or, you know, their effectiveness or efficiency goes down significantly. And that's where SOAR becomes really powerful, because for the established SOC, it makes them more efficient. And it gives them single pane of glass management and the ability from that platform to respond. For the use cases with the SMB and the medium enterprise, most cases, we're going to be the one doing the responding from the platform. We're going to be building out your playbooks. We're going to be doing all the management. You know, this space can really get grouped into one depending on if they're bringing their own MDR or their own SOC, or if we need to bridge that gap. For the enterprise that has that already built out security program, you know, they're established, they're rolling down the pipe, you know, the missing component to that really is the connect the dots. And that's where SOAR becomes very valuable. And that, you know, use case, again, immediate ROI right out of the box, because we've already built the playbooks, we've already built the automation workflows. You know, whether you're SMB, medium, or enterprise, you can see all that ROI. We'll keep going down the SOAR path over the next couple weeks. I truly appreciate the time today. Thank you again for tuning in. Hopefully you learned a little bit more about SOAR. And if you need to reach out to me in the future, info@360SOC.com is the best way to get a hold of me. I'm Chris Ickelson, founder and CEO of 360 SOC. Thank you again for tuning in with me.